Pisces, I probably received the most Piscean downloads I've ever received for one of these tarot readings or Tarotscopes ever. So welcome to Taurus season, welcome to eclipse season. The first thing that came through was just of like a child, a teenager, just blowing bubbles, and they're growing bigger and bigger and bigger. And it wasn't for anyone else. Like, I'm just having fun blowing these bubbles and watching the kind of beautiful colors that are illuminated and watching them grow and watching them flow and just seeing what kind of art, beauty, and magic I am creating. And by doing so, it was attracting all these other really unique and beautiful and creative and mystical people into this like beautiful field and kind of like park energy. It was just like, no matter where I looked, it was like endless fields. And then there was a frog that had these like little glasses and like a newspaper boy hat in like a vintage vest at a tree stump telling a story. And then all the bubbles that you had blown attracted these people for then the frog to relay the story. Like I said, it's very Piscean. It kind of reminds me of like Grandpa Simpson's from that episode of the lemon tree, if you remember that, where it's like, oh yeah, like this is what happened between this people and these people. Like the energy of storytelling was very prominent, but also too of knowing what you're projecting or putting out there because you're attracting a certain type of audience. So if you're blowing a certain type of energy or saying certain things or believing a certain notion, know that you're attracting that very succinctly right now. And I mean, we have Jupiter, Neptune, Mars, all in Pisces, right? And so even Venus until the end of April. So there's a lot of Piscean energy. And even with the bubbles being blown at the beginning, it's like dream bigger, like blow those bubbles to the maximum size. Like, we don't have to play small here. You know, when you're a child, it's like all these little bubbles. It's like, you know, when you have like that bubble art where you can see these people like manipulating and shaping the bubbles just grow big and big and big. It's like, that was the vibe. That's what we were wanting to attract, to tell a story that's unique to us and not trying to appease other people or to blow bubbles to like think that you're going to attract people or trying to attract a type of people. It's like, no, like just be authentic in your Piscean magic in what you are creating, what you want to share, the stories that you're relaying. And knowing that you're going to bring in the people. It's like, why are we trying to attract all these random people? It's like, wouldn't you just want to have like that intimate circle of people that want to listen to you and create with you versus all these people that may be skeptics or trying to pop the bubble or being like, why is there a talking frog here? It's like, why isn't there a talking frog here? Right? And there's also a lot of like that fairy magic. I'm rewatching the original Charmed, and there's an episode in season 2 where there's like fairies and Piper is not having it because they took away Leo, and at the end Leo gets to come back because Piper is very selfless, and then they open the door and there's all these like beautiful flowers and wreaths and like fairy dust and magic. So it's like, for me, that kind of came through in this energy too of like trusting in your abilities, trusting in your gifts that you're going to be provided by from the universe, but don't compromise what you're offering in the hopes of attracting money or love. It's like, just be you, keep sharing your stories, keep embracing your magic, because I think a lot of people want to hear what you have to say. And then on the flip side of this, be careful of like other people and like them trying to blow these beautiful bubbles and to imitate what you're doing. Even like something as common right now as those scam accounts or people taking advantage of your sweetness or how kind and gentle you are and being like, oh, well, they're blowing these kind of bubbles or they're saying these things, like maybe I should help or maybe I should go listen to what they have to say. It's like, no. Enjoy your beautiful garden and this unlimited field and what you are currently creating. You don't need to compare yourself or look over or worry about what other people are doing or if they're doing something similar to you. It's like, just focus on the art and the magic that you are creating, okay? And I think that if you have a story to share or need support on what you are trying to create, share that. People want to hear what you have to say, kind of going back to that beautiful frog sharing a story. It's like, yeah, we want to be in that vicinity to hear what it has to say, to bring in magic for what you were creating, okay? Like I said, very Piscean. Now, moving into the tarot cards that I pulled, we have the Queen of Wands with the Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So I do think that for some of you, it's like, can I really make a living from what I desire, from what I know is going to bring me passion and excitement? Because there might be a little bit of this either a scarcity mindset or a lack of funds or not knowing how this is all going to work or to take off. And you're like, this energy, this type of relationship, this job, this opportunity, this is what fuels me. This is what excites me. This is what I want to do. Not allowing the lack, the scarcity, the fear to deter you from embracing that. And even with this Queen of Wands energy, right, I always kind of link in that Leo energy, like the black cat, the sunflowers, this beautiful brightness. So if you're wanting a bit more of that solar energy, maybe embracing yellows and oranges, maybe just being outside, attracting the sun, just getting away from the desk or the office or the house, and just being in nature, being in the sun, being in a place that inspires you. So you remember why you're even creating or doing what you're doing to begin with, and not allowing projections as well. And that also could be a vibe here as well of because it's coming up later in the reading, your inner child or what you've always wanted since you were little, and maybe it's not happening yet, or it just seems like no matter how hard you work, it's not coming through. But trust me that things are shifting, or they have the potential to, so long as you make up your mind. Because that's a big thing with the Two of Swords, right? Are we going to give in to the fear and the lack, or to the joy, faith, and what we love? It's interesting that the Two of Swords is literally right in between the Queen of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. I always kind of pose this question to clients too. If you knew without a shadow of a doubt that you would meet a divine lover or your soulmate at 35, would you ever have any doubt leading up to that? If you knew 100%, the universe is like, when you turn 35, I'll present you your soulmate. You're like, cool, I just get to chill and have fun between them. Or if you knew that your dream career would happen at age 40 and that you'd be a multimillionaire, would you worry and not continually do the work up until that point? For part of me, because it comes up later in the reading, it's like, if there is something that is stressing you out right now, why are we still giving it energy? Is this yours? Is it coming from a childhood wound? Is it coming from other people? And even if all those are true, continually choosing ourselves, choosing what we bring to the table, choosing what makes us happy. Remember, Jupiter is still in Pisces until May 10th. That's pretty much all the way through this Taurus season, at least moving through the first and second decan. And Jupiter will move back into Pisces between the end of October and the end of December. I believe it's October 27th till December 20th. So we still get almost 2 more months of Jupiter in Pisces near the end of the year, which is basically 6 months from now, right? So it'd be interesting to see where you are now and what takes place in 6 months, and the compare and the contrast. And even using that analogy, knowing that everything you want is either going to manifest or to start to appear in 6 months. If you knew that, or if you claim it to be true for yourself, how would you show up, and would you still give any power and weight to the fear or the scarcity that's coming through? Something to reflect on. The next 3 cards, King of Wands with the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Cups. This shows me, especially given that the King is underneath the Queen and then the 8 of Wands is right there. It's like once you choose yourself, your higher self, your higher power, this passion, it's all going to come in very quickly. And sometimes it may think that it's like, oh, that's way too easy. If I just say what I want, I can have it. Yes. And this, of course, is going to manifest differently for everyone based on what you're focusing on and where that lack mindset is coming through, whether it is finances, career, love, relationships, home, real estate, whatever it may be. This can also be too, it's like, why aren't we just surrounding ourselves with the best of the best? Whether that is mentors or coaches or friends or lovers. It's like, these are the people that are going to make this ride a lot more enjoyable. These are the types of energies or the types of frequencies that we are going to be inspired by. And that's also something too, like I kind of said with the channel down low, what I'm seeing with the cards, if you're consistently comparing yourself to other people, or you are watching content or what other people are doing and it's making you feel emotionally drained or scared or not worthy, why do we keep watching that content or putting ourselves in that type of energy? That doesn't make any sense. And Pisces are extremely sensitive to energy and to the vibes. So maybe you want to mute or unfollow or block certain people for now throughout Taurus season. So you have to keep seeing that content or start that energy making you feel depleted or stressed or worried. We just want to be surrounded by people that inspire us, by these kings, by these queens, to know and have that like expansion or that expanding energy of like, oh, well, these people can do it. I really resonate with these people. Kind of like I said, with that kind of like talking frog or these beautiful bubbles, like you're attracting your own community and people that love and respect you. Who do you love and respect? What type of energy, what type of magic inspires you, so that we can just consistently be in that wavelength, in that state of flow, in that frequency. And even kind of noting, it's like, what did we always want to do when we were little? What came through during Pisces season? What came through during Aries season kind of being the baby of the zodiac, the start of the energetic year? What do you need to feel safe and secure right now? And are you giving that to yourself, or investing in the opportunities, investing in the right people, investing in the resources or knowledge to bring that through? Because part of that too is like, you don't know what you don't know. And so if you're stressed about something or feeling like you don't have control or power of a situation, it's like, well, are we just feeding into the fear and the doubt? Or are we actually doing something about it to invest or to obtain the knowledge or the resource to help us? I say that because the Six of Cups is underneath the Five of Pentacles. So there could just be a childhood fear or doubt that is inhibiting us from just doing what we love or attracting the right situations. And a big part just with what keeps coming through is like, stay true to yourself. Don't compare, don't belittle, don't imitate. I think other people might try and intimidate you when they see how successful you are going to become or ask you how you did it. But this is not a state where you are seeking other people's approval or wanting to do what they're doing because they're successful. It's like, don't dim your light, Pisces. Stay in your lane. Trust that things are going to get better. And once you decide, it's like, I'm just going to consistently choose the type of love that I know I deserve. I'm going to consistently choose the dream career that I know that is already mine. Consistently choosing that, even if there is an obstacle or delay, of the mindset of like, in 6 months from now, it is going to be reality. And every day I'm going to show up at that level, knowing that it's already mine, showing up for my future self in this way. I think that'll make a very stark, powerful difference. Okay. Beautiful. So that is my general reading for you all for this Taurus season. If this reading resonated and you want to say thank you, all tips and donations are greatly appreciated. I'll link in our PayPal in the description of this video. If you care to dive into these themes further with a one-on-one reading, all of our availability and bookings for tarot, astrology, coaching, even past life regression can be found on our website. And please feel free to share or tag a fellow Pisces that could benefit from this message, okay? Thank you all for watching. Have a beautiful Taurus season. Enjoy the eclipses, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.